You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. So excited to visit with my guest today. We've got a really fun event coming up on June 3rd. It's called the Human Race. Today I'll be visiting with a young lady from the Toy Lending Library, and that is one of the 10 nonprofits that are a part of the Human Race. And the cool thing about that is all of these smaller nonprofits come together for one big event. So you get a chance to come and be a part of a really fun, amazing event. And while you're there, you're raising money for a charity that means something to you, while other people are raising money for a charity that means something to them. So you get to select which charity you would like to be there for the Human Race. If you're going to walk, if you're going to run, either way, when you're selecting the charity, I'm trying to help make sure that you know which one to select. So if you don't have one in mind, you can listen today. Going to be visiting with a young lady from the Toy Lending Library. Next week, I've got a couple more, and we're going to do our very best to talk to each and every one of the nonprofits between now and June 3rd when they have the Human Race. Now, they've all been invited to participate, and I'm hoping that they all will, because I love learning a little more about their organization and giving you the opportunity to learn more as well. And then I hope you'll join us on June 3rd for the Human Race. All of the details at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. Also want to invite you to join me for pancakes this weekend. This Sunday, if you get a chance, swing by the Alliance Building. They're located on Russell Street, 1600 West Russell in Sioux Falls. And this Sunday, they've got another delicious pancake breakfast, and it is a really nice fundraiser for the American Legion. And I've got a link to all of the information for that as well at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Annalise from the Toy Lending Library of South Dakota. And we're talking with her because in addition to the amazing things they do there, you can actually go to an event coming up called the Human Race. And when you're doing this event, you get to select one of the local nonprofits to benefit from your participation. And the Toy Lending Library of South Dakota is one of the different charities that are a part of this. And first of all, Annalise, how long has the Toy Lending Library of South Dakota been around now?
So we just completed our 8th anniversary, and we are very excited about it.
And I remember when this was getting started, it's such a neat idea. And you and I have talked numerous times, and I love what you do. But for people who are not familiar with the Toy Lending Library of South Dakota, explain to them what your organization does.
So we create toy boxes for children 0 to 5 years old that people can borrow from 16 locations. It's free to borrow, and they borrow the toy boxes, take home, play, bring it back, and get more. We have more than 1,100 toy boxes circulating. All the boxes, they come back to the office, they're clean and sanitized, and it's super fun.
And this is a really nice thing that helps people so they don't have to go and buy all of these toys themselves and, try to come up with, okay, now what do I do when my kid is bored with this one or outgrown this one? It's a really great way for everybody to get a lot more. And I love this part. How much does it cost if I want to check something out from the Toy Lending Library of South Dakota?
I love that question. It's free to borrow. It's free to borrow, and it's there's different reasons why to borrow, because you want to protect the environment, but also because little kids, they go through toys super fast. Like, they learn the skills with that one, and then they're ready for the next one. And toys are expensive. And so we do that for you. We choose best toys, quality toys, educational toys out there. We build those beautiful boxes, and you can borrow for free. And we have a lot of people, not only parents that borrow the boxes, but also grandparents. They're taking care of the kids. They come and borrow them too. So, yeah.
And these are really nice toys, many of them educational toys where it's not just playing, it's playing and learning, which again, I think that is amazing as well.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. Like when kids are playing, they're learning the skills they need before they go to school. So when you get to kindergarten, you needed to be working on certain skills like fine motor skills or a gross motor like you jumping or running. All those are part of a healthy child development. And so our toy boxes help the families sometimes do things they didn't think about it. They didn't even remember, like, oh, I used to do this when I was little. And now you get to do that with your grandchild. So,
and when we talked about how much it costs, again, for those of you that didn't catch that, it's free, which I love that. And the way that you can continue to make this free is when people make contributions to the Toy Lending Library of South Dakota. A really simple way to do that right now is to join us on June 3rd at the Human Race. And when people sign up for the Human Race, they get to pick one of the 10 local nonprofits. And you guys are listed once again as one of those nonprofits. This is always a really fun event, too, isn't it?
It is, and we're very, very thankful to have Connect to South Dakota for having us as one of the organizations, because this helps us raise funds to continue doing what we're doing. And we are thankful to you too, John, for having us in your show.
Well, I'm always happy to visit with you. First of all, I love your accent. I think it is. I could listen to you talk all day, which I love that. But I also love your heart. I love what you do, and you guys do an amazing job. And again, I think it is great that the Health Connect of South Dakota, that group, has kind of embraced you and said, "What can we do to help?" And not just you, but there's several other groups as well that get to come together on the 3rd of June for the Human Race. And this is a really neat event that, again, if you're looking for, maybe you're going, hey, I don't know that many people and I'd like to meet more people. I'll tell you what, come to this, join this, pick any one of these nonprofits. You're going to meet a bunch of amazing people. And one of the groups, again, is the Toy Lending Library of South Dakota. If people would like to learn more about you, how do they find your organization on the World Wide Web?
Our website is toylendinglibrarysd.org.
And I'm going to throw a link to that to make it really easy to find. Annalise, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, John. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Again, the Toy Lending Library of South Dakota, their website, toylendinglibrarysd.org. And the Human Race is coming up on June 3rd at Sertoma Park. Learn more about that at healthconnectsd.org. And I'll throw a link to all of this at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, May 4th, 1923, the first Dakota Relays were hosted in Sioux Falls by their originator and eventual namesake, Howard Wood. Today, the Howard Wood Dakota Relays are hosted at Howard Wood Stadium at the corner of Russell and Western Avenue near the Premier Center. But in the beginning, like most of Sioux Falls athletic events, they took place at the Eastside Athletic Complex, which was located near 10th and Cliff on the grounds currently occupied by Drake Springs and the DSS-DHS building. While the primary goal was to create an athletic competition that would bring high school and collegiate track and field teams to Sioux Falls from all over the region, Howard Wood was also acting as a booster for the booming city of Sioux Falls. The Dakota Relays filled hotels, restaurants, and shopping centers for a weekend every year, with families from all over the region. The events also brought in money through team and individual competitor registration to pay for uniforms, bus rides, and other expenses of the Sioux Falls Public School Activities Department. Howard Wood's vision continues to this day and will actually be taking place this weekend. This has been This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by SiouxFallsFunPage.com and Sunny 93.3.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, May 4th, brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Equity markets tried to move higher after the FOMC meeting, but the takeaways for investors are not bullish. The FOMC raised rates by 25 basis points as expected, but left the door open for another hike later this year. The Fed also indicated it thought inflation would remain higher for longer and needed to leave interest rates higher to combat it. The market responded by pushing its expectation for the first interest rate cut to September and selling stocks. The S&P 500 continues to show resistance at the 4,100 level and is unlikely to move above it. This will keep the index range-bound in 2023, and there is a chance it will move lower. The increase in interest rates puts more pressure on an already cracking banking system and is sure to cause another failure. And the odds of a recession continue to rise. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at MarketBeatMinute.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.